So things are calm. The planets are all moving forward. Everything going good?
Yeah, actually for the first time in probably 8 or 9 months, all of the planets are forward and direct in their motion, the way they should be. And that kind of indicates that things should start to get rolling again this week, all the way across the board in the heavens and in our individual lives. And Venus is changing signs. It's finishing up its run in Sagittarius, getting ready to go into Capricorn. And the reason that's important is because it's going to co-join the eclipse cycle. And it means, in each person's chart, it means bringing good things, because Venus is always, it never brings bad stuff, which is kind of nice. Everybody could use a little good stuff right now, except for Aquarians. Aquarians, Venus is in there, finishing up in their 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives. And then they're going to take about a month off just to try and accommodate all of the things that they have achieved in the last 30 days or so. Rather than continue to try and achieve more things, it's a good time just to try and get all that stuff organized into something you can manage. For Pisces, this energy is in finishing up in their 10th house of career and public standing. They've been really making some decent headway professionally. And now it's time to go, okay, fine, now that I've gotten where I needed to be, how can I best manage this? And that's going to take the help of their well-placed friends and associates. Basically, their female friends and associates are going to help them, or not associates, but colleagues, are going to help them achieve their particular professional objective. They can't do it alone.
Gotcha.
For Aries, this energy is in the 9th house of the law, legal matters, educational matters, important matters at a distance. And it has to do with either long-distance travel or planning out something that they're not ready to pull the trigger on. They're still in the middle of getting enough information before they make the professional move, the change professionally. And rather than jump the gun, they want to kind of wait and see. There's like one more piece of that puzzle needs to come to be for them. For Tauruses, they have spent the last month or so just recovering, is really the right word for it, just trying to get their own energy back, get everything settled in their home. And then once that's done at the end of this week, they're going to go ahead and start to travel around the immediate world. All of the healing is done, all of the changing is done, and now it's time to take that show on the road and see how it plays in Peoria, which would be nice
I got
for
a wife
your
that's
bride.
gonna like that. Yeah,
she is getting her freedom of movement back.
Good.
For Geminis, this energy has been in the 7th house of partners and intimate one-on-one relationships and open enemies, and Geminis everywhere have found out pretty strongly who is with them and who is against them. And now that they've done that, they want to finish up those allies and find a way then to capitalize on it, because the energy is going to shift to making more money and benefiting from other people's resources. So I think there's some kind of, it's a way that the Gemini needs to do it to appear to save face, but the face that's really going to be saved is the Geminis, if that makes any sense.
Sounds good for our president. Let's see
Yeah,
if it works.
you know, like find your allies and go with them. For Cancers, this energy is in the 6th house of work and responsibilities, and they are Cancers everywhere, finishing up dealing with health matters, dealing with work matters, not so much the profession that they're in, but where it is they do their job and beautifying it or securing it or finding a way to just make it work a lot better for them. And some obstacle that has been in their way literally gets vaporized and gets out of the Cancer's way, which is a good thing for Cancers. For Leos, they don't really care. They've had a blast. Venus has been in their 5th house, so I want to have as much fun as I can. It's been a very creative time for them. It's been a very fertile time for them to create new things. And they need to finish up having that good time, because after that, it's back to work.
Okay.
And it's back to work and just doing your job to the best of your ability. Nothing dramatic, but it's going to be not as much fun as the last 4 weeks were.
Gotcha.
For Virgos, this energy is in the 4th house of home, and they're trying to solidify their foundations. They're trying to do something with their home and their foundations that makes it safe, that makes it secure. They're trying to beautify without spending a boatload of money. And once all that is done, they are free to play. And they intend to play from next Friday for the next month or so. You're probably not going to see them at work too much, because it's Virgo's favorite time of year just to have a good time.
Yahoo!
Yeah, it's about time. I'm looking forward to that myself. For Libra, this energy is in their 3rd house of day-to-day living, and the pace of their day-to-day living has been at warp speed for the last 3 or 4 weeks or so, and they're finishing up that must go, do, and they kind of lurch from one thing to the next thing to the thing after that. Well, that's coming to an end, and then they're going to be able to focus on their home and their foundations. They've kind of been, while they've been out the last maybe 90 days or so doing a bunch of things externally, they've sort of let their home go. And so not let it go, but they need to pay some attention to it, and that will come at the end of the week. For Scorpios, this energy is, how can I spend the money I've just spent the last month making? Which is, yeah, I wish I was, kind of a Scorpio in that regard, because the money gods really do smile on them for the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. And it's earned income, it's unearned income, it's money where they were looking around going, man, I wish I had 2 nickels. Now they have 10 of them. That kind of a deal. So,
Gotcha.
For Sagittarians, Venus is leaving their sign. And when Venus has been in your sign, you truly feel the love. They've expanded a bunch of different things. They've attracted partners. They've done well in that. And now it's time to focus on making more money. And with a modicum of effort on their part, they ought to be pretty successful with it. And then for Capricorns, the last sign, Venus has been behind their sign for the last 30 days or so. And they just don't have any energy, no vitality. They're kind of like the humbugs of the world. Well, that changes when Venus enters their sign at the end of this week. It's let me feel the love. And Capricorns feel it in a tangible, real matter. If they're single, they'll attract someone. If they're married, their marriage goes well. Their bosses like them. There's a whole bunch of attaboys and pats on the back for Capricorn. With this energy, so you can't go wrong with that. But the biggest thing is all the planets are forward and direct in motion, and it's time to get our government back to work. And this is the week I think that it happens.
I heard that.
So,
Sounds like good news to me. We'll see you next week.
Always a pleasure.